Hi, welcome to a video of my flea market finds, plus some finds gotten somewhere else that you will find out soon, for Saturday, June 27th, 2026. A big long day it was for me. I got up early to go to the flea market, but there's stuff all over the place here. Okay, so I went to the flea market early because this seller had said I could see a bunch of records before everyone else, and the past two weekend days he was not there because the weather was not really, and he was busy as well. But he was finally there, and he had a bag of records for me to check. I sat in his vehicle and privately checked the records I wanted, and also help him price the other records I didn't pick. However, too bad I couldn't go on the internet in front of him and show him how to use Discogs, because I had to crank up the price of the stack, and I overpaid a bit for the records because I think he was looking at records for sale and not records that were sold, and that's not the same game. Anyway, it's a good seller, so I decided to splurge a little bit more than what I think they are worth. The pile of this pile cost me $150. My price was $130. I was willing to go to up to 140. He asked me to go a bit higher. I decided to give him the extra $10 as a fee for checking the records first, you know. So I'll call out how I spread out the cost of the $150. So this one, if I recall, I wanted to pay $5 for it. Grand Funk were an American band. It's the yellow vinyl, and it plays well. I know I have it, but I couldn't remember in which condition I had it. I'm not even sure I have it. But yeah, this one I don't see often. I think it's, what's the year on this? This compilation, 1988. Okay, 1988. You're for real? Really? Really? I thought it was from the 1990s. Okay. Here's why I'm surprised that it's earlier than what I expected. Okay, well, anyway, double compilation of John Lennon, Imagine, really clean, except for the stupid dents here. And I got it because, well, it's cool. It has Real Love on it, and I thought it came out around the same time as the anyway, I didn't know that was released this way. And also it has a short rehearsal version of Imagine, so I thought it was pretty cool. This I offered $15 for it. Now the rest are Kiss albums, 5 Kiss albums, and they're Canadian pressings in the late 70s or circa 77, 78 for most part. No, so this is the first album, but it's not the Bogart label, it's a much later label. Yeah, that one, 77, 78. It's okay, the condition is not bad. I decided to get them because I don't find them often now in 2026, and I have to check how much I might have all of the records now from the 70s, except for the solo albums from 78. I don't have those. He had 2 of them 2 weeks before, but I decided not to get them. Had the 2 others in this pile, I would have been upset, as I should have, because unless I can get the set of 4 in one shot, I won't bother. Second album, Hotter Than, oh yeah, I forgot to say this comes for $20. But yeah, some are I range more 15, 20 because of the condition, because they're not first editions. Hotter Than Hell, I have to check the timing here. Hotter Than Hell, I'm glad that one was there. I'm trying to remember which one has a scratch in the end. It might be this one. I got to check. Could be this one. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's that one, unfortunately. Feeling it with my finger. Yeah, that one has a scratch here. So yeah, barely $15, but it comes to 20. So because it's 20. I decided it would be 20 for single one and $35 for the double albums. So I was more than generous considering the conditions and the prices I've seen on these cogs. For earlier copies, this is Kiss Alive. I think it was a VG, no more than VG. Yeah, but it's a late. It's not a early pressing. That one either. Late 70s. It does not come with the booklet. Nope. It had something in it, but I'll explain later. It belonged in another album, so the 8-page booklet is not included. This is Destroyer. That one is in rough shape. Yeah, but it still comes to $20 because I had to crank up the price. It had an extra. Well, the inserts were all over the place, all mixed up. And when I sorted everything out, you have the cardboard inner sleeve for NBLP 7025, and there's this extra paper one with Scotch tape. So I assume these are leftovers from a collector who kept his best copies, and because otherwise why you would have duplicates of papers. And you'll see some inner sleeves for albums that are not in the lot, or were not in the bag either. Like these two things that I found in other albums. I've put them in chronological order of release, that's why I'm showing them now. You have Kiss Army cards here. They go with NBLP 7032-3-9.98. This is from the triple album, The Originals, which is a reissue of the first 3 albums. And I happen to have that triple album, a gift from a dear friend. And this is also from that same triple album, Rock and Roll Bash with Kiss, and it has 16 pages. That's pretty cool. I'm going to be putting those in my Originals triple album. This also was in another album, and thank goodness they put the record numbers. This is for NBLP 7037. It's for Rock and Roll Over. And he had Rock and Roll Over in his bag, but I have a clean copy of that album that I got over 25 years ago. I don't know if I have the inner sleeve, so I'm glad I found it in one of these other records, because the one that he had in his copy of the record was in rough shape. So this is a cleaner copy of the inner sleeve that didn't belong in. Then we have Kiss Alive 2, a little bit rough. I think it was rough, right? Let me see. Yeah, oh my goodness, needs a good cleaning. Yeah, it has the inner sleeves in rough shape with some dried out, they're split and Scotch tape. And what's this? Oh yeah, the Evolution of Kiss was in this one. I forgot to take it out first. Plus the 2 inner sleeves. Yeah. So I'll put that later back. And after I paid for $150 for that, he had a stack of regular stack of records on his table. He said you can pick one for free, so it was nothing special. I got this one, Montana I Love Music, because I think I don't have it, but yeah, some good disco album. I checked a few seconds here and there. I didn't care for I Love Music because I prefer the old Jesus version, but there we go. Oh, I forgot, this was in one of the Kiss albums. It's an inner sleeve for Relayer by Yes, 1974. I don't have that, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So while I was checking those records in his vehicle, the seller next to him had a whole bunch of records. They were $5 each. Unfortunately, a scalper a picker came before and took all 30 of them, $150 worth of records, took 30 good records. So the seller who sold me this knows the other guy and said he should have waited for me because he prefers to sell to me. I'm not a seller, a reseller, as like the other guy. So the guy had almost nothing left, but it's my fault for another arriving even earlier. And all I got out of the little stack he had left, I got 2 albums for $5, so that's $2.50 each. Although this one has 2 records. It's the two of us, Sonny and Cher, and it's a reissue of the first two albums, if I'm not mistaken. Look at Us, which I know is the first album because I have it. It says, with the exception of Baby Don't Go, which was released on Reprise 0723. So I don't know if that song took the place of another song, I don't know. And sides 3 and 4 are originally issued on Atco SD 33203, titled In Case You're in Love. It has The Beat Goes On it. It's in good shape. And this I was glad to get, although it's probably worth nothing. The original Disco Dog by Rick Dees and his cast of idiots. Well, it was on my want list for many years because it took me over 30 years to find a clean copy of this damn record. And I mean, for a right price, you know. So it took that long. Usually it's all beaten up and it was used by a child. So I got this for these two for $5. What's next? I have to move on because it's almost already 10 minutes of video. Yep, the next purchase. I gotta get up. I was on the floor, sitting on my foot. The next purchase I already gave away. It was $5. I got it for $4. I have pictures on my computer here. A box of Spick and Span, although not as vintagey as the one I'm so proud to own right here. The same seller, by the way. And this one was 1/3 full. But my dad's girlfriend, he's a widow and she's a widow as well. They meet twice a week. Likes to use Spick and Span to clean jewelry. I already gave her a jar of part of what was in my vintage box, so this is not so vintagey, but you can't find Spick and Span anymore. So it was $5, I got it down to $4, and decided to yeah, I gave it to my dad so he can give it to his girlfriend. So oops, that's wrong. That's straight. So after that $4 purchase, I'll just prepare the screen for the next. We have to come back in a minute for something else. Full screen, full screen, full screen. There we go. Although I might have to do a two-parter. I'm talking too much. So the $4 Spick and Span for a little. Yep. Got some plastic containers. The set here that was in a carousel, but I left the carousel behind. Didn't want the carousel. We still use here the same, but they eventually in the dishwasher these glue covers, and those plastic containers don't react the same way. So eventually these covers get loose. They don't snap it in place, so it's becoming a pain in the butt. And when I'm a guy of habit. I like to reuse the same thing. I'm used to put some certain foods in certain containers. I was glad to get all of these for $5. I wrote down there were 13 of the small ones, 13 of the medium-sized ones, and 4 big ones. Although only 26 covers. There was a 27th one where it was cracked, so they threw it out. So it's missing 4 covers. But no, I'm still glad. Oh, and it came with this free Stokes, a reusable bag. $5 for that. Next, I got. Oh yeah, I overpaid and I got a little bit ripped off. Let's see here. I'll finish with the good one. Show the bad ones first. Baba Records. Babar le Petit Éléphant Volume 2, I'm always looking for a better copy, although I don't know if I had woken up yet, but or the sun or the clouds, or I don't remember the weather, but it looked better than it turned out to be. So the copies I have I have a few copies of this. I'm always, I decided to take it, but it was expensive. I got 3 records for $10. They were $5 each, or 3 for 10. I wanted that one because it's a French import from France. L'Histoire de Bavard, le Voyage de Bavard. But yeah, I didn't really look at it carefully. I hope this cleans off a little bit. It looks like mold. And the record, one side of the record really needs a good cleaning. I hope the noise will come off. And there we go. a lot of records. But this one I'm glad I got. Although it doesn't have a single photo, it's just artwork. 1971, the second Sesame Street record. It plays pretty well. It's pretty hard to find in the record in such a clean condition. And I would have loved this as a kid because I love to have children's records on grown-up labels. You know, it's not a stupid kiddie label. It's on Warner Brothers records. You know. But it plays really well. I've tested it. And yeah, $10 for all three. A little bit pricey, but you know, sometimes you have to move fast. I was stressed because I had to leave to go to the. I was thinking of the concert. Okay, after that, what did I get? I have to move. After that, I got on another table a $2 record, Pat Boone. I already have a Canadian copy of this, but aside from well, the split has grown a little bit, or it's in pretty good shape, except for this side, a little bit of water staying there. But it's a US pressing on dot. And what I have is the Rio, a Canadian Rio label, so I thought it would be cool to have first. $2 for that one. I think I'll cut here and do a second part. Yes, let's do a second part.